Hello, my glamorous people. Welcome back to another episode of the Not As Glamorous podcast, where we glow through what we go through. I hope you've been having a great week and you've been feeling aligned and grounded. This episode, I would like to talk about resistance. This is for anyone who's been feeling a little pressure or just the weight of opposition. I just want to talk about this a little bit today because what you're facing right now isn't here to stop you. It's here to actually stop who you are becoming. A lot of times we face opposition and we take it personally. We start to question, why me? Why God? Why did this have to happen to me? Why now? What did I do for all of this to be coming into my life? But the truth is, opposition isn't always about who you are right now. It's about the next version of you. That 2.0 version of you, the one that's disciplined, the one that's confident, that's healed, that's focused on her calling and her purpose. The enemy isn't after your present. He is after your potential and who you are becoming. He knows that if he can get you to quit now, he doesn't have to worry about your future self. He doesn't worry about you reaching those goals. He doesn't have to worry about you getting to a certain platform and pulling others up to their greatest potential as well. This version of you that walks into the full purpose is going to be the person that is walking in obedience, and he wants to stop that. Because honestly, this current version of you right now, she was actually built last year, 5 years ago. Because your habits in the past and the choices that you made previously, that's what shaped who you are currently right now. But the next version of you, that is being built on the habits and the choices and the decisions you're making today. And that is why the devil is after it. Because what you do with this time right now is very crucial. Over time, our habits, they impact our lives immensely. Your life is shaped with your daily habits and your daily thoughts and your daily actions that you do. If you have never read the book Atomic Habits, I strongly suggest that you do read it. It is by James Clear, and he breaks down and talk about how small, consistent actions compound into massive transformation over time. He talks about habit stacking, like linking a new habit that you want to do with something that you're currently doing already. For example, if you're already praying every morning, how about you habit stack it with doing some devotion? That way you can pray and do your devotion or pray and do your journal at the same time. And that is how you're going to build systems that support your growth. This is how you're going to actually face opposition when it hits and when it arises. Doing this over time, this will build discipline. And discipline is what you need to keep you grounded when the motivation fades. Because I'm here to tell you, the motivation does not last long at all. You need to build discipline. So when life feels chaotic, you need your routines, you need your habits to become your safety net, because it can get crazy, but you'll always have your routines. You'll always know your structure of what you need to rely back on. This give you something to fall back into instead of falling apart. So I'm not sure if you paid attention to the trends on TikTok and Instagram where they're talking about the winter art. To me, it's more than just a trend. It's about preparing. I'm all about preparation, and I created a blog talking about it as well because it's truly about building the kind of habits that we can lean on when the winter blues hit. Because if you're anything like me, you get the winter blues and you get a little depressed and everything just falls apart. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to fall off. We want to stay grounded. We want to stay disciplined and focus on what God is calling us to do. That's why it's really important to lean into those habits that you created during your winter art, so when life arises, you're still standing strong. I want you to keep in mind that pressure is proof of progress. You don't face resistance when you're standing stagnant. You face it when you're moving forward. The devil is not going to stop you if he feels like you're not a threat. He only messes with those people who are moving and who's a threat. And that's why you, my dear, need to lean into the opposition sometimes. The moment that you start praying more, the moment that you start being more consistent and setting new boundaries, do you ever notice that's when the distractions come? That's when the delays happen? That's when the opposition arises? But that is no need to stop. That is not a sign to stop at all. That's a sign to push through and keep going. Do you remember when we were younger, we had those little bracelets, and it was a very popular phrase. Everybody kept saying WWJD, what would Jesus do? And I just thought that was so funny because that literally took over. But you need to let that take over your mind as well. Not necessarily what would Jesus do, but what would the 2.0 version of you do? How would they handle this challenge right now? How would they respond to the opposition? What habits do they have? What habits is she relying on when things get tough? Ask yourself these questions when life starts to feel heavy sometimes, because that is how you're going to step into her. That is how you're going to step into her. You're not just going to dream about her. We are becoming her. We are becoming this 2.0 version of ourselves. So that pressure you feel right now, that's not punishment. That's preparation. If the attack feels heavy, it's because your next level is so great and so grand. The enemy only fights what threatens him. So if you're feeling under fire, it's because your breakthrough is near. Don't let him distract you. Don't let him convince you that what you're building doesn't matter, because it does. So keep showing up, keep doing the work, and keep your faith anchored. And if you're in this season where you know God is calling you higher, but you just need a little help or an accountability partner, I would love to walk you through this. I have what I call my Glow and Grow experience. It's like a one-on-one mentorship that's designed to help women build a better habits to strengthen their mindsets and grow into their 2.0 selves. The woman that God has already called them to be. They just need a little help seeing and showing and becoming her. Because sometimes we just need a little guidance, a little structure to keep us consistent when life throws us off. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in or that you need, go ahead and check the show notes. I'll have the information about it below so that we can glow and grow together. And as you take the next steps towards your glow, I want you to remember the resistance that you feel isn't about stopping you. It's about stopping who you are becoming. You're not fighting from weakness. You're not fighting from not being enough. You're fighting from your destiny. God has already written the victory, and all you have to do is keep walking towards it. Keep your faith, keep your focus, and keep your glow. All right, my loves. Well, that's all I have for today's episode. Don't let the opposition intimidate you. Let it be a reminder that you are evolving. Stay disciplined, stay prayed up, and always keep glowing, keep growing, and trust that your 2.0 self is already on the way.